Let's do this. Run the Monza setup? Yeah, perfect track for it, to be fair. You might be onto something. Right, let's bolt on the fresh engine set. We've got a lot of fresh MQK set, to be fair. Number 4, number 3, number 2, number 2, and then a new gearbox as well. Perfect. I've just started taco. Any tips? Seasoning. Seasoning on tacos are very, very important. Depends on what kind of roll you're interested in as well. Me, personally, I prefer, like, the soft roll tacos, but some people prefer hard shell. If you're doing hard shell, I'd recommend doing them in a toaster oven if you've got one. They're worth it. Perfect. There we go. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time for qualifying here in Hungary. Like I said, we are doing a full quali here as well. So fingers crossed we can try and get a good result here. And like I say, qualifying round here is very, very important as well. So without further ado, let's get underway for qualifying here in Hungary. Let's do this. I've just died iRacing. Any tips? How did you get taco out of iRacing? I was expecting it to be a mistype, but I went with it anyway.
Hungarian Grand Prix.
That's right, Lewis. But yeah, if you just started iRacing, if I were you, just do some solo sessions for now while you learn. Maybe do like some of the simpler cars, like the MX-5s. The MX-5s are probably the best car to drive as well. The MX-5s are really, really fun. You can throw them around like crazy and they'll just stick. So I would just do some solo races. Learn some of the tracks that are on the schedule as well. And, yeah, just keep practicing. Obviously, it's fixed setups. So you ain't got to worry about setups for now either. Me, personally, I'm more of a soft shell guy as well. I'm more of a soft shell too. Right. We are in Hungary. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Q1 is underway. We'll skip a little bit of time to start qualifying. Just get a bit of rubber put down the circuit. And we'll probably head about now, I reckon. Do I want to do a couple laps of fuel, actually? Just in case. Why not? No harm. No harm, no foul. Although the soft tires do wear quite easily here.
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out.
When do I start buying stuff for iRacing? I think once you get out of rookie. Once you're into, like, the D-class license is when you can start using the tracks that are, you know, more paid content stuff. Bro is thinking about dinner. Who ain't? It is that time of the day, you know? It's dinner time. Hungary's the worst track ever, IMO. Do you know what? I actually low-key kind of enjoy driving Hungary. But for a race, it is a pretty terrible track. It is kind of lame. What up, Peaky? You're starving? Hello, starving. My name's Vince. That's where you got pole in CS? Exactly. The very out of the blue, unexpected pole. In practice, I was doing like 14.8, I think is my best lap time. And then I went and put down, I think it was a 14.5 to get pole position or something like that. It was ridiculous. Can I buy you F125? Sure thing. Just transfer me 50 quid or however much the game costs. And I'll happily buy it for you. All right. Tires a little bit on the cooler side in the front, but not too bad. And away we go. Here we go. First lap of the day. .4 for Lando Norris so far. A little bit too tight for turn 2 that time.
Okay, that's P19, P19.
Green the first sector. If I move correctly, I believe the AI were really strong in the middle here. And don't trust that corner enough just yet. Car was okay so far. Doesn't feel too slidey or anything, which is good. Feels quite planted. We'll see if it stays that way. To the final corner we go. And down to the line. How's it going to be for our first lap? That is a 15.9. Puts us P5 for the time being. That's not too shabby. We could work with that for our first lap. Nico Hulkenberg's just exit the pits as well for his out lap. Not found this track IRL or in-game. I don't think many people are. Yeah, I promise you that's not a hot take. What wings should you run at Monza? Or what wings should you run at Monza anyway? Like a 2-0? Yeah, that probably will be okay. Honestly, you could probably get away with 0-0. There's so much straight line speed in Monza. You probably don't even need to worry about having a little bit extra on the front wing or something. But if you do feel like you need a little bit more front end bite, then yeah, you can always just up the wing a little bit on the front end by 1 or 2, and it won't really make that much of an effect on your straight line speeds. It was okay, I guess. Yeah, it was fine. Wasn't terrible, wasn't amazing. Just as expected to sound, I guess. All right, let's head back into the pits.
Okay.
Probably could have done a second lap with this tyre, maybe, but I don't think there's really much need to at the moment. Maybe we can always do a second lap if we need to later on the session, but being ahead of Verstappen and Antonelli right now is probably quite good, so I'm not too concerned about that. We'll see what our teammate does. He's just started his lap, so see what he puts down for his first lap of quali. I'm running on so much caffeine, it's unhealthy. Well, caffeine generally is quite unhealthy, so. Some people go through, like, what, 3 or 4 cups of tea a day? That's crazy to me. I could not do that much. I don't drink hot drinks anyway, but that's wild to me. There's some people go through 3 or 4, like, cups of tea a day. My dad is quite into his coffee as well, so he goes through it like it's nothing. We are down to P6 now. Someone went ahead of us. Who was it? Maybe Piastri, I think. 3 or 4? Yeah, genuinely. Some people love it. Can't get through the day without it. Think I'm on my 4th coffee? Damn, bro. Here goes Hulk around the final corner. Let's see what he can put down. He does a 16, is it? 16.5, P12. It's not amazing, is it, really, P12? But that's where he is at the moment. Anyone else yet to a lap? Liam Lawson's the last one to a lap. And then everyone should be done for their first flying lap of the day. Your dad has 7 in a day? 7 cups of coffee in a day? Nah. That's outrageous. 7? Damn, bro. He gotta be in the bathroom all day for that sort of thing. 8 or 10 here, tea that is? Chat, what is going on? 8 to 10 cups a day? Cups of tea, he hates coffee? Either way. Damn, you guys are... You guys would struggle one day without it, huh? Going through a 1 single day without even a sip of it, you guys must be going crazy. Jesus. There's also a second lap here. Yeah, he goes P17. Okay, that should be everyone done with their laps then. Lance Stroll's slowest, realistic. So we currently sit P6 right now on a 15.9. We are 1 point... Actually, about an entire second up on Liam Lawson right now, so that ain't too bad. Okay, cool. That should be good for Q1, I reckon. And we're good to retire this session, head into Q2. I'm kind of shocked I drink so much tea. I had no idea. Dude, that's mental. Absolutely mental. I guess you enjoy it that much, huh? I was fighting about 1 or 2, then the tiredness hit me like a train. Yep, that tends to happen. That tends to happen. Right, so that'll do it for Q1 then here in Hungary, ladies and gentlemen. It's a McLaren 1-2 so far, and a Ferrari 3-4 as well. McLaren and Ferrari locking out those front two rows. George Russell in at P5. Verstappen P6. He does go back by us now. We were P6, but Verstappen on that latest lap does go 1,000th faster than us right now. Hadjar, Albon, and Gasly in that top 10 too. Our teammate Nico Hulkenberg drops down to P3, but most importantly is into Q2. Leaving us in Q1 then is going to be Franco Colapinto, Liam Lawson and Esteban Ocon, Sergio Perez in P20, Arvid Lindblad in P21, and Lance Stroll in P22. Nearly a second off from Lindblad. Oh boy, this is a lore accurate Lance Stroll right here. Fair play. All right, on to Q2 we go. They're reducing speeds at Australia for pit lane. I did not see that, no. I have 46 cans of Pepsi Max, 338 milliliters. Damn. I mean, at least it's, you know, non-sugar those, but... Yeah, I probably would like to say... I don't drink sugary drinks or anything like that anywhere near as much as I used to. I will, like, occasionally have, like, again, a Pepsi Max, something like that from time to time, too. I kind of just, like, go off squash these days. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a squash drinker these days. I'm getting old, chat. I'm getting old. Right, let's go on the old soft tires. Put the fuel down to 3.3. And let's head out for our first lap. Like I said, I will sometimes have a monster as well. Like, it's kind of ironic that I'm saying all this and drinking a McDonald's Diet Coke right now. But again, at least it's diet. Imagine people thinking non-sugar drinks are healthier. Well, I mean, having a lower sugar intake is definitely better for you. But the other side of it is obviously the caffeine, right? A lot of them are still, like, very heavily caffeinated. And that's where the issue still lies. But still, being on, like, you know, a zero sugar is much better than being on a full sugar, at least. Much, much better. It's your birthday today and got a Monster R3? Nice. Happy birthday, man. I drink protein shakes and whatever, and energy drink sounds good, mainly water. I sometimes have a protein shake as well, to be fair. From time to time. But I'm very picky about flavors of protein shakes and stuff. Very, very picky.
You watch your fucking mouth.
Thank you, Cyrus, for the $3.33. I appreciate that. I don't feel so angry about that anymore. I'm glad you did that. But yeah, when it comes to protein shakes, the only flavor I can really drink is vanilla or strawberry. Any other flavor, I just can't get on with it. It tastes like, I don't know, the texture of it just doesn't sit right with me. All right, quali lap number 2. First of Q1. Let's see what we can do. Banana? No, I'm not a big fan of banana either. Car definitely feels a little bit more greasy when it's on a older tyre, that's for sure. 16.7 so far for Bottas. That'll definitely get beaten. $15.6. 15.3. Lap time's just getting lower and lower as the cars cross the line. Through the final 2 corners we go. Oh, that's a bit of a slide there. Through the penultimate corner. Round the final one we go. Got that entry a little bit wrong there as well. The car is sliding all over the place on the rear side. And across the line we go. 16.1 to get us going for Q2. And that, I don't think, is going to be enough for a Q3 right now. We are ahead of Antonelli. We are ahead of Behrman and co. But I think we'll probably have to do a second lap in Q2 to get ourselves a place in Q3. I don't think that's going to be enough right now. Not at all. Strawberry's easily the best, yeah. Strawberry and vanilla are my go-tos usually. Vanilla's basic but good. Yeah, sounds like me then, to be fair.
Okay, we've only got one lap
Sounds
of
like me.
fuel remaining.
Very basic. No cookies and cream. I don't ever see cookies and cream flavored protein shakes in the store for me. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but I've never seen a cookie and cream flavor. Even though I do the gym, I don't do the shakes. I mean, it's not like essential to do anything like that, but it is quite handy. I'm the opposite. I don't do the gym, and I do protein shakes. I do home workouts when I remember to. Yeah, that's pretty much the same as me. I'll do like the occasional home workout and then have a protein shake following that. All right. Down to P7. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do a second lap, aren't we? Protein powder is so damn expensive. Yeah, you can get like them in bulks, can't you? Like the tubs. We haven't done karting. I have indeed. You're stuck on F1 2020. It's not a bad thing, to be fair. It's a great game. Probably the best F1 game out there as well. All right, let's have a look. I think there might be a few drivers still out there right now doing some laps, so we might drop down a bit further. As I say that, we go down to P8. Now down to P9. Will we go any further than that? Most likely because Verstappen, Norris, and our teammate are on laps here. So yeah, we are 100% going to have to do a second lap. No doubt about it. No doubts. Let's see. Hulkenberg's going to cross the line first out of the three. 15.6. Great lap hole. Go on, lads. Love that. Verstappen goes P1, 14.9. And Lando Norris goes P2 with a 15.0. So that puts us down to P12. That's a pretty big drop off there, isn't it? So we are definitely have to find some more time, but luckily for us, I think we can do just that. A new fresh tire will find 7 tenths, which goes from a 16.1 to provisionally a 15.4. That will put us around where Fernando Alonso is right now. So, okay. I don't mind that. We should be okay with that, I reckon. I probably will do this lap relatively early as well, just in case we mess it up. Last thing we want is to screw up the lap late in the session and we get knocked out because of it. So, I think we'll head out right about now, I'd say, and get that lap done. Let's do it.
Garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
He should go from 2020 to 24 and have the best experience. Nah, 2020 to 22. Can't wait for the DLC, but knowing it's going to be like 60 euros. I don't think it'll be the price for full game. I don't think it'll be the price for full game. I'd imagine it'll probably be like 30 to 40 quid. Which is still quite pricey, but I think it'd be a disgrace if they price it at the same as a new release when it isn't. I see £40. That's what I think it'll be roughly. But yeah, if you don't own F125, you'll definitely want to get it sooner rather than later if you want to play the 2026 cars. Jimsy coming in with the 19-month resub as well. Thank you much, Jimsy, for the 19, my dude. Appreciate you, man. Around the price of Arc? Maybe, yeah. Arc is like, what, 34, 39, 34, 35, something like that? Thank you, Jimsy, for the 19, my dude. Appreciate you, man. Very kind of you. Why do people hate on F124 so bad? Because it's a terrible game. Well, I don't think it was a terrible game, but it definitely was not a good game.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
There's a lot of issues with 24 that made it not the most enjoyable. The handling model was pretty terrible. All right, here we go. Second lap Q2, hopefully. Our final one here as well. I was watching, then an ad popped up. I was like, nah, sub quick. Bro, backhanded that ad real quick. I respect that. Oh, I wanted to flood it out, but the back end got a little bit slippery. Just had to lift off a little bit to keep it going straight. Do you know what? This isn't actually a massive time gain right now, is it? We might get a bit in the final sector, though. Let's see. And the final corner we go. Foot stuff all the way to the line there. A little bit of a slide out the final corner. And that is 6 tenths up right now. And that does put us into P4. Maybe still not as much as we thought we could get, but that does put us into the 4th spot for now and should put us into the final qualifying session of the day as well. Hulkenberg currently P6 too, so hopefully we can make it a double Audi Q3. As I said earlier, qualifying round here is super important, so let's get back to the garage. The Merc GT3s are so bad on LMU. I don't think I've tried them. The only GT3s I've tried on LMU is the Aston, which I loved, and the Lambo, which I did not love. I struggled quite a bit with the Lambo. But all I wanted to do was get into the LMP2s anyway. The LMP2s, dude, are so fun. I'm having a great time with the ELMS LMP2s. The Merc is pretty much identical to the Aston. That's kind of how I remember it from ACC. The Merc and the Aston felt very kind of like similar in ACC as well. I followed and there was no leave the space. I heard it. You guys don't hear the follow alerts on TikTok? Basically the same Kairos, that makes sense. I mean, Aston do use a lot of parts from Merc, so it does add up. It does add up. What do you use to stream on TikTok? TikTok Live Studio. Not this year in F1? Yeah, no, outside of F1. There's a there was a big partnership between Mercedes and Aston. But in F1, yeah, they definitely are not the same. Especially with them separating from Mercedes on the engine side as well, so. Right. That should be enough to get us through to Q3 then, shouldn't it? We are currently just under 5 tenths behind Max Verstappen right now. He's the only driver to make it to the 14th so far. And we are about 6 tenths up on George Russell in P11 as well. So that should be enough to get us through to Q3, I reckon. Let's have a time for the session and see how we fare out. Let's have a look. Okay. We only dropped 1 position. Not bad. And we do indeed get both Audis through to Q3 as well. Lovely stuff. Verstappen is... Oh, excuse me. Verstappen is fastest so far in Q2. Then Lando Norris going P2. Piastri in P3. Hamilton P4. And ourselves in P5. Alonso splitting the 2 Audis apart so far with himself in P6. And our teammate currently sat in 7th place as well. Had Charles Leclerc and Russell all make it through to Q3 as well. Then leaving us in Q2 is Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon, Ollie Behrman, Carlos Sainz, Kimi Antonelli, and Valtteri Bottas. They are all through to the they are all knocked out of the 2nd section. Everyone else is through to the final one. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for Q2. On to Q3 we go. Let's do this. Got that mouse disconnected again. Right. Let's go with a old... I mean, we probably won't use a soft tire in the race, will we? I wonder if we just burn up all of our soft tires here and try and get a good quality position. Where are all the TikTok moderators? Non-existent. You reckon burn the softs? Yeah, I think so as well. You need to send Denny's McDonald's to have hockey sticks? Really? I might have to, just for that alone. Are we talking like an actual hockey stick or like a figure sort of thing? Use a Q3 set first? Yeah, for sure. 100%. If you're not happy, then burn the other. That's valid. I can agree with that. Oh, it's a tiny one? Okay, I was going to say. There was definitely some sort of catch to what you said there. Burn the subs to the whole car while you're at it. Do I look like Aston Martin, JBs? Come on, man. This car is not an Aston Martin. Right. Please make me a moderator. These bots are annoying. You know what? To be fair, Brandon, I always see you on TikTok, so... Yeah. There you go. As he wears an Aston Martin shirt. Yeah, but I'm not driving an Aston Martin. Do it look like an Aston Martin? Does that look like an Aston Martin logo right there?
Okay, engines fired up. We're set.
All right, let's do this. Gonna go to Vancouver just for McDavid stick. That's kind of cool that they're branded off the players. I like that. Is there a Bedard one? There's got to be a Bedard one, right? Or is it only Canadian players that play for Canadian teams? I've never been to Harvester, so I couldn't tell you, Cyrus. I see green. Tiny bit of green on the car. That's it. It's an Aston Martin. GG. Wrap it up. Which year is that Aston shirt? I think last year, 2025. I think. Am I getting up at 4 a.m. on Sunday? I mean, I'm probably just going to try and stay awake until the race, to be honest. I don't think I'll try and, like, set an alarm or anything and try and wake up for it. I'll just try and stay up instead. I personally find it harder to try and wake up than stay up. Hulkenberg 15.7. All right, here we go. Time for our first lap in Q3. This is the most important qualifying session here. Let's lock in. That's all we can do. They have celebrating, but not Bedard's. Outrage. Absolute outrage. Wait, why have they got Austin Matthews one? He's not a Canadian player. That's not bad. Oh, 15.2. That's a good lap, but it's only a P5. I thought for a second we might have broke the 14s there. And 15.2 is a decent lap, but it's only a P5 right now. That puts us on the third row alongside Lando Norris. We are currently a good bit faster than our teammate, at least. But, yeah, I do think we might use all of our soft tires here. I want to try and get a little bit higher than this. Maybe try and at least push onto that second row.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Did they do with Matthews because it's Toronto captain? Probably, but like... If they're basing off Canadian players, it doesn't make sense to Matthews. That's what I was going off of. The China sprint's at 3 a.m. next the week after. Yeah, and then quali's at 7 a.m. as well. Having to wake up at 3 a.m. and then try and get yourself up when you're tired as hell for 7 a.m. It's brutal. It's okay. Only a few weeks of it. Once we get past Japan, we'll be okay. All right. It's the pits we go. We've got one more soft tire left to go. We'll try and use that to get a better performance down, but bring on the European part of the season, right? Back to normality a little bit there. I mean, to be fair, even like the Middle Eastern tracks are, you know, pretty decent time for us. A little bit later in the day, but, you know, not too bad. Okay. Let's whack on a set of fresh softs ASAP. We've still got a little bit of time, but we need to try and evaluate where a lot of our time is to be found. Is Bahrain and Saudi being counter-replaced? We don't know yet. At the moment, they are monitoring the situation, so who knows? Okay, first sector, we are about a tenth and a bit down on Lewis Hamilton. Went purple there. Middle sector, we've got a lot of time to find the middle, haven't we? A couple tenths, to say the least. And the final sector is actually pretty spot on, to be fair. We're good in the final. It's just the first and middle we've got to try and find a better time. Okay. Doable, I think. Doable. Verstappen's still fastest right now, the only one in the 14s, but Hamilton is only 600ths off from him, and Charles Leclerc 72 thousandths away as well, so... All right, let's skip on the time to the final few minutes, and then it'll be time for our final lap of quali. There we go, everyone's heading out now. Right, final set of fresh softs are on. Fuel loads on minimum. Let's do this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, guys,
final lap of qualifying.
ready to go.
Let's make the most of this. I wouldn't mind 9 p.m. races. That'd be okay. It'd be a little bit awkward for stream sometimes, but I like the late evening races. Okay, Hulk is doing another lap as well. Good. Hopefully he can try and find some more time as well. All right, let's focus on tire temps. We want to keep the wear down, but the temps up, which is quite hard to do. You'll probably be more the fronts that need a bit more temp than the rears. Tries its Sony brake bias. Yeah, and then not forget to turn it off, right? Okay, we've got a nice bit of space. The guys in front as well here, so... All right, it's the last minute, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This will be the lap to decide where we qualify for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We currently sit in P5. We want to try and push onto that second row. We're going to have to try and find a little bit more on the lap. Here we go, round the final corner as we start our final lap of qualifying here in Hungary. Come on, lock in. Great first sector. Oh, this is close, I think. Maybe not anymore. Come on. It's a solid improvement, 3/10 on the delta. Here we go to the line. Where's it going to be? 14.9. It's a good improvement. And it is second row here in Hungary. Everyone else improved as well. And we do find ourselves a place higher going into the Grand Prix. That's not bad. We can work with that, can't we? We can work with that. Charles Leclerc, ladies and gentlemen, takes pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Half a tenth up on Max Verstappen with Isaac Hadjar in P3. We're P4 with Lewis Hamilton 1,000th behind us as well. Holy moly. Wow. A 9.34 for ourselves. A 9.35 for Lewis Hamilton. Holy shit. Barely anything between us, but that was all we needed to try and gain that extra bit of time. And we found it. We will start in the second row with Hamilton, Hulkenberg on the third row. Our teammate doing a good quality there as well, ahead of both the McLarens of Norris and Piastri. And then Russell and Alonso on that fifth and final row of Q3 as well. Solid quality, chap. We would take that. P4 and P6. Very happy with that. Those McLaren gaps are tiny as well. I mean, to be fair, Piastri's only 11 thousandths ahead of Russell as well. So, yeah, Norris was only 7 thousandths behind Hulkenberg. Yeah, really close to some of these quality times, isn't it? Really, really close. But, yeah, P4. We will take that. Second row. Not bad at all. This is more what I expect us to be right now. Not getting pole positions every race like we were in previous weekends. Dylan, thank you for the mate. Appreciate it. What up, Sam? Yeah, we'll definitely say that. Any day of the week. Max difficulty? Yep. We are on the highest AI, 110. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go then. That is qualifying over and done with here in Hungary. We will start on the second row, which, to be fair, was our target. I thought with the time we gained, we might be able to push towards the front row. But, yeah, I saw Charles Leclerc in that 14.7, and I knew we'd have to try and find even more in the final sector, which was already quite difficult to do. So, the fact we found 3/10 and got P4, I can't complain too much with that. So, but P4 is where we start, ladies and gentlemen, and this is how the Drivers' Championship is shaping up heading into the Hungarian Grand Prix as well. Max Verstappen right now leads the championship by 11 points to ourselves. We're in second. The last few races we've had have been amazing. We obviously won in Canada and Austria, won in Belgium as well. 3 wins in our last 4 races. Our form right now has, been one of the best out there. So fingers crossed we're going to try and keep that going today. But starting on the second row, it does make things a bit tricky. And we need to try and make sure that we get a good result as well. It's my camera in the way. Sorry, there you go. Lando Norris right now on 201 points in third place as well. He's 5 behind us. Piastri on 165. Quite a big gap between ourselves and Piastri now. 41 points separating ourselves. So I think right now the championship fight is definitely on between the top 3. The fact we're even in the championship fight is pretty nuts. But yeah, we'll keep on pushing and see where we end up. But yeah, Verstappen and Leclerc both ahead of us as well for this race. It will definitely make it interesting. Definitely. What up, Beth? How's it going? Okay, here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. P4 is where we will start the Hungarian Grand Prix. Can we convert that into another podium? We've got a good few this season, and we've got 70 laps to try and work it out. And hopefully, we can try and get on a good strategy here as well. I know the time around here for ourselves definitely won't be good, but I'm sure the AI will be perfectly fine. The AI always got their tire wear. So hopefully, we can try and get a good strategy down. And at the end of the 70 laps, we can try and outscore the likes of Verstappen and Norris. And maybe, who knows, we can lead the championship. Wouldn't that be crazy to say, given how the season started? While the race goes up though, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go take a quick toilet break. If you guys grab a drink or a snack, now's your chance to do so. And then we'll return in a few moments' time, ready for 70 laps of racing action here in Hungary.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. We're northeast of Budapest for today's race at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hadjar, Wang, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Norris, Piastri, Russell, Fernando Alonso, and Pierre Gasly, Albon, Behrman, Carlos Sainz, and Antonelli, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Franco Colapinto, and Liam Lawson, Ocon, Lindblad, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Don't tell me Hulk's got a penalty. There's no way, right?
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me.
Don't tell me he's got a penalty after all that.
Hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool,
I mean,
otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance.
To be fair, he did get a double mechanical failure in Belgium. I guess it kind of adds up, right? I guess it kind of adds up. P16, brutal. If he didn't have the mechanical failure in Belgium, maybe he would have had to take a penalty, but unfortunately, that's where we are. Right. Let's have a look. It wants me to do a hard medium. We're definitely not going to do that one. We don't have a fresh soft anyway, so that makes no sense. I mean, it's definitely be some sort of two-stop strategy. It's more just when we do that medium stint, really, isn't it? We know the time around this track is quite brutal, so... I think this track is usually quite bad on fuel as well, isn't it? I'm going to go a couple laps higher just to be safe. But I think this track is quite bad on fuel. Do you think the Bahrain GP will be cancelled because the Qatar race in WC has been cancelled? Probably, yeah. More than likely. The Bahrain GP is only 2 weeks after the WC race in Qatar, so I would imagine that Bahrain gets cancelled. Most likely Saudi as well, but yeah, I think there's a good chance. Gonna dip soon, but hope for a good race for Audi and both races getting good qualifying positions. Well, not anymore that Hülkenberg is starting P16, but yeah, hopefully we can try and get a good result. Yeah, I mean, this strategy is all about when we do that medium tire, really, isn't it? We can either start on the medium tire or we can finish on it. Why is it getting cancelled unless it's political stuff? Yeah, there's a lot of ongoing tensions going on right now in the Middle East, so if you want to learn more about it, I'd recommend definitely doing some Googling on it, but yeah, there's a lot happening right now in the Middle East. I said that before. You jinxed it then, Lewis. I blame you. Chat, when should we do that medium tire? Should we do it at the start? What's everyone else starting on? There's a good mix, isn't there? There's a good mix of tires here. Genuinely about half the grids on mediums, half the grids on hards. FI hasn't said anything though, right? All they've said so far is that they're monitoring the situation. But again, I don't think things are going to get better soon, so I think there's a very, very high chance it gets cancelled. Maybe postponed, but most likely cancelled. I don't know, man. I really don't know what I want to do here. I don't know if I want to start the mediums or wait. Hard at the start, then you won't get put out in the traffic from medium. That's the other big thing as well, obviously, is the traffic. Max Verstappen, you think? Max is going for hard tires to start. Let me move my camera down here so you guys can see it better. Max is going for the hard tires. Leclerc starting on mediums, so he'll most likely pull away. Hadjar might even overtake Verstappen early on as well. Okay. I think we'll start on the hard tires. And then we'll start on the hard tires. We might actually even do the medium stint in the middle. I guess depends how that first stint goes. If we need a bit more pace in that second stint, maybe it's worth going for a medium in the second part. Otherwise, we'll hold out to the end. I don't know if I'm too comfortable with mediums doing 22 laps, though. We might see more like this, if anything, but yeah. Start harder provides variety. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Isn't Imola and Portimao lined up as well, just in case? Yes. Go second stint because it's less sun. Less sun? I'll leave it like that for now, but we might adjust as we go. Obviously, you never know. Might get safety cars and stuff like that as well, so we'll rock with the that hard tire for now and see how we get on with it, and then decide from there. That's probably the best plan of action, right? Right. So what do we want to do for our prediction here, chat? Do you want to try and push for a podium? You guys reckon we got the pace for it? We start P4 right now. We've got Lewis Hamilton and both the McLarens on our backside here as well. They'll both be quite quick, and that's McLarens too, so podium points, no podium, no points. So you're saying podium, basically, for the prediction? Top 5, you think? Will Vince bottle it? Pff, when do I ever? Me and bottle do not belong in the same sentence together. What are you talking about? When would I ever bottle a race, chat? Be real. Podium sounds good. 3 options, podium, points but not podium, no points. Oh, okay, I see. That's a big gap between points with no podium and then no points. Just keep away from the grass. They were talking about. Me touching grass? I always get told to do that more. And now all of a sudden I do it. It's a problem. Make your minds up, man. Make your minds up. Let's do podium. Will we score a podium in this Grand Prix? We start P4. We'll probably be there or thereabouts. And hopefully we can have a good battle with it as well. So let's do that for our prediction. Will we finish in the top 3 in today's Hungarian Grand Prix? That should be a good one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is time for the Hungarian Grand Prix here in the Hungaroring. This is going to be a very difficult race today, but we know that qualifying, as we all know around here, is mightily important, and we did qualify in a pretty decent P4, which isn't too bad. Overtaking around here is very, very tricky, which is why qualifying is so important at this track. You know, this track is called Monaco without the rules for a reason. So hopefully we're going to try and get a good result from him. Maybe we've got to rely on some strategy luck, maybe some safety car luck, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we do start in P4, and hopefully we can try and get a good launch down towards turn 1 and maybe get that top 3 early on. But this is our strategy for today's Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to start on the hard tires for 25 laps. Whether we'll do another hard tire directly after, or if we'll go mediums for the second stint, we're yet to find out. But as we go through the laps, I'm sure we'll get an idea of tire wear and the pace and decide what we should do from there on. But for now, the hard medium is the current strategy, and maybe we'll go mediums in that second stint instead. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we start P4. Today's prediction will we finish on the podium positions in today's Grand Prix? Make sure to get predictions up in the chat in a moment's time. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for 70 laps of racing action here in Hungary. Ladies and gentlemen, the prediction is up right now on the Twitch. Will we score a podium here in Hungary? We've won 3 of the last 4 races. Will we be able to get back up there again for today? Get your predictions up right now.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix. We start this one in P4, which isn't too bad, but obviously overtaking around here, as we discussed earlier, is quite tricky. So it's very important for us to try and get a good start here and maybe get up a place or 2 in the early laps. That would be amazing. But we've got Verstappen on the hards, we've got Hadjar on the mediums, Leclerc on the mediums as well. Hamilton behind us on hard too, so there's a big mix of tyres across the pack here, but all eyes on the start lights here for the first lap of racing action. Here we go. Grid lined up, and here we go. 5 red lights here in Hungary. It's lights out, away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Verstappen actually didn't get a great launch off the line. We didn't get an amazing one either as Leclerc storms away down towards turn 1. We got Norris and Hamilton both looking through the outside and inside here. We're going to try and thread the needle though through both the Red Bulls, and what a move that is! Through the middle of both the Red Bulls and into second spot we go. What a move! Down towards turn 1, and we said the early positions are going to be vital, and that might just be showing right there. P2 on the opening corner, and that's a very, very important move for us to make early in this race. Can we try and maintain it from here on out, though? That's the big question. Leclerc's already steamrolling off a little bit here. He's got 1.5 seconds to us as we complete the first sector, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful start for ourselves, and what a move through the middle of both the Red Bulls there as well. However, they are hot on my heels, though, as we go through the rest of the lap. Isaac Hadjar, of course, is on the medium tyre, so he'll probably have a bit more pace right now, which we'll just have to try and deal with at the minute. But Verstappen on that hard tyre did not get off the line well until his second phase wasn't too bad, but his initial launch was a big struggle for himself. As we go around the final corner, trying to get our foot down and down towards turn 1 we go for lap number 2. DRS is now available, but you don't really get it until lap 3, really. There's only one detection point at this track, so lap 3 will be when we have to wait for the first use of the drag reduction system. I'd love to try and break away from the guys behind a little bit, but I fear that with Hadjar being on the mediums, he'll be a little bit faster right now. You can see Leclerc's already pulled away a touch too since that opening lap. 2.1 the gap to the current leader. Just going to try and recharge some battery through here too. Green first sector, which is probably expected. And into the middle sector we go. Tyres should be more up to temperature now as well. The middle sector is where I'd expect Hadjar to be a good bit quicker as well, so keep an eye on him. Come up. Tell you what, we actually gained a little bit on that middle sector, didn't we? Maybe it was getting a bit of that dirty air as well, but we actually opened up that gap a touch, which is nice. Through the final 2 corners we go. Leclerc still holding that gap nice and strong right now. We actually did break a second there to Isaac Hadjar, but I think we might have done it a little bit too late, though. Yeah, I think he was still within that second detection point, so that'll keep him alive in that DRS for the time being. I need to try and go a little bit wider through turn 1 there to make sure I don't hit that inside curve too much. Come on. Looked like there was a fight between Norris and Verstappen down there as well. Yeah, they broke away a little bit, haven't they? Norris and Verstappen have dropped a bit of time here because they're fighting hard up towards turn 4. That could be useful for us. Yeah, nice. Got a 2-second gap there now. Beautiful. Oh, come on. Must have taken you ages to learn all the tracks. Yeah, it does take a while. Every track is very unique as well with the reference points and things, so... A track like Hungary probably took me like just a day to learn, but some of the bigger, longer tracks, the more difficult ones, can definitely take a bit longer than a day. Miami, for example. I still don't even know Miami very well right now, so... that probably says everything. Purple final sector. Yeah, Hadjar still within that 1 second, though. Battery management round here is obviously very important, too. If you run out of battery, you could be absolutely cooked down towards turn 1. But Leclerc still peeling away right now. As we enter lap 4. Oh, jamming. What would happen if Verstappen has a bad season and Hadjar outperforms him? Then Red Bull stop giving upgrades to Hadjar. Truthfully, though, that will most likely never happen. There is a very, very, very slim chance that happens. Come on. And it takes a few hours per track. Like I say, it's track dependent. I think a track like Austria and Monza I can learn in like a couple hours quite easily. A more intermediate track, maybe the day it would take. And then the more complex, difficult ones, maybe a few days. A track like Hungary, probably about a day, I'd say. 19.6 for Lando Norris. Here comes Isaac Hadjar, looking to the insides. He thought about it, but kind of opted against it in the end. I learned Nord in 2 hours. Dude, I still haven't learned Nord. I still have not learned Nordschleife. I remember doing an entire stream trying to learn it, and I got a little bit of it, but it's so easy to, like, trip your brain up a little bit and forget where you are on the track. Super easy to do. Nordschleife would take me a while. I'd have to genuinely sit down there for a good week just to learn it. Man, I cannot shake Hadjar off right now, can I? I think it might get me this lap because he's just so much quicker. Saudi took me way too long to learn. Saudi didn't take me too long, I don't think. Saudi is quite a deceiving track. I'd tell you the one that actually took me a while to learn was Qatar. And the issue I mainly have with Qatar is I kept getting confused where I was. Because to me in Qatar, a lot of the corners look super similar. So I kept, like, mixing up where I was. Like, turn 4, I kept on thinking was, like, the hairpin. So I'd start braking really heavily when I didn't need to. To me, every corner in Qatar is the same. That's the issue I had. My brain kept on getting tripped up on where I was. And like I say, I've not even really learned Miami properly either. I still struggle with a few corners in Miami. Oh, don't get on the grass. Yeah, Norris has got back up now as well. This medium tire right now is very strong. We just have to kind of endure it right now. They'll be strong for a little while, so at the moment we just got to hold firm. Try and hold position. The final corner we go. Double green sector there, though. Good pace. Will it be a new PB? Nearly 200ths away. I've got Saudi in my F125 league. Any tip to improve? Oh, Norris going for a move on Hadjar. You'd imagine Hadjar will hold that. I think he does. Maybe. No, maybe not. Oh, I'm on the inside curb. Don't want that. Well, Norris got him. Fair play. Any tips for Saudi, though? Battery management is vital in Saudi. Really, really important. It's super easy to use up too much battery too quickly and you're suddenly left with nothing. So make sure in that first sector to really rack up that battery. Don't even touch anything other than none once you go out of turn 2. Just really focus on battery management. Yo, Norris is quick right now, man. It's close to me now than Hadjar ever was. I think I might be in a bit of trouble here because Lando is just super fast. Leclerc is 5 seconds up the road as well now. To the final corner we go. And out the final corner onto lap number 8. And I think Lando Norris is about to make the move for P2 here. We'll try and cover off the inside, but I think there's very little we can do as Lando Norris takes P2 here in Hungary. His pace right now is very strong. And we'll try and stay close, but I think Lando will probably be able to peel away here. He's looking super quick right now. He'll probably try and hunt down Charles Leclerc. But that drops us to P3. What Grand Prix would I want to replace Bahrain and Saudi? What I want versus what I can get are two different things. What I'd want is Sepang and Hockenheim. What we'll most likely get, if that happens, is Imola and Portimao. Which are still two decent options, but it's not quite Hockenheim. Stay with Lando if we can. A little bit of DRS will be very useful. We're keeping within that 1 second right now, but Turkey's coming back next year. You think their political situation's better than the Middle East? Ash? Think again. Nice, we've got some DRS. Did we break that 1 second to Hadjar, please? I don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Turkey's not on the calendar next year. I don't know where you saw that, but that's not true. Not at the moment, at least, anyway. Portimao's back in their calendar. I don't know if you're confusing it with that. Portimao's back in 2026. We can do Silverstone and Zandvoort reverse. Facts. Throw in the Austria as well as an option. If we need to cancel Qatar or something. I definitely saw Turkey. Probably got baited. I can't lie. Probably. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love Istanbul Park back, but don't think that'll happen anytime soon. Am I going to lose DRS to Norris here? I think I might. Tell you what, though, that DRS we had to Norris last lap was really good, though. Look at the gap we've got to Hadjar now. 2 seconds. That was a lovely bit of DRS we got. So, although we've lost it now, that definitely helped us in the long run. 20.1 there, too. New PB. Will Madrid be in real-life F1 this season? Yep. It will indeed. Although, I did see some of the pictures of what Madrid looks like right now. And, bro, they're cutting it tight, aren't they? They might not finish construction. Yeah, exactly. I saw some of the images that got released of where they're at. And, mate, most of the track's not even, like, completed yet. Will it be the 26 DLC? Should be. There's no confirmation, but it should be. Oh, boy. Saudi was a super late finish, to be fair. I think Vegas was as well, right? I think they'd only just finished, like, constructing the grandstands and stuff right before the race.
Teammate behind, 16.0 seconds.
Yeah, I'll be really tight. But like I say, at least for Saudi Arabia, they had a track in place. A lot of the construction that came from Saudi was, again, other things. The worry with Madrid is they haven't even got the track laid out yet. And that's the big problem. Oh, a bit snappy there. I think Hamilton has caught up to Hadjar here as well, so expect a bit of a battle for P4 going on soon. Too deep. Come on, Vince. That's pot. That's my timer right now.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trading.
17% rear left.
2.3 seconds.
Got to remember, these hard tires are not quite as durable as they were in Belgium. Come on. 18% there rear left. On to lap 12. Oh, man. Gonna have to bust a sweat out for this one, I reckon. Hadjar's having to defend now from Lewis Hamilton in P4. We're still in them podium spots right now, but that can change at any point. Gotta make sure we keep it on at the track. Is this career mode a mod? Yep.
Okay, mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this.
I could definitely feel the rear tyres not feeling too great already. They also want me to achieve a lap time of 24.6, which, again, should be really easy. We did a 20.9 last time out, almost 4 seconds faster, so we'll obliterate that lap time, really. Or should do at least. Hamilton is all over the back of Hadjar right now. I do worry that if Hamilton gets past Hadjar, he might catch us. It does look like he's got some pace right now in that Ferrari. I thought I saw yellow flags for a second in the middle sector, but it was just a Cadillac.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the
Their
drive.
yellow icon keeps tripping me up.
Well, hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
Yeah, easy on the target there. We're doing 20.9 again that time. Hadjar did hold off Hamilton, which is good. That was a bit too wide there. We won it. Thank you for on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in. Just did on the next DLC get 24 grid on my team. Yeah, we were discussing that a few times over the last month or so.
We've got a new strategy if you want to
I have no idea how that's going to work, but it should be very interesting. Surely they'll give you like extra points for P11 or P12, right? If you've got 24 drivers on the grids. Maybe they remove my team. Who knows? Maybe they can't handle it. 22 for hards. Interesting. To be fair, I am struggling on this hard tire a little bit right now. It's like community races. But if you had 24 drivers on the grid, only top 10 getting points for 24 drivers is a little brutal. So I do wonder if they would do something like that. Come on. Is top 10 still IRL or is it top 12? Now top 10 still. The qualifying order is changing up a little bit.
Not much between you and the car behind, just 2 seconds.
But that's about it. In Q1, 17th down will get knocked out. Top 16 get through. And then obviously P11 down get knocked out in Q2 as well. So that stays the same pretty much. So just a little change for Q1. Just one more driver makes it through to Q2. Any tips on how to save tires in F125? Try not to make them overheat too much. Keep an eye on this screen right here. You didn't want the tires getting too hot. If your tires are getting too hot, they're going to degrade faster. Just like our rear tires are right now. Our rear tires are quite hot. So they're degrading a little bit quicker at the moment. Does Hamilton get past Hadjar here? He's close. I think he went for it. Yeah, they're side by side. I think Hamilton's going to get him. Yeah, Hamilton got him. That's not great news for us, unfortunately. Hamilton is by Hadjar. And it's pretty disastrous news for us. I think Hamilton will catch us quite quickly, we'll see, but that's my expectation. Can't wait for Max to 22nd to first in Brazil. If any driver does that, that'd be crazy. It's even more of an achievement now than it was before. They had added a whole minute into Q3 too. What was the point in that? Genuinely. What was actually the point of having an extra minute in Q3?
Okay, gap to the car
I still don't really understand that.
0.7 seconds.
We've gone from having a 12-minute qualifying session to a 13-minute. What benefit does that add? Completely changes everything. What do you mean? I mean, like, for longer tracks, like Spa, for example, I can maybe see a reason behind that, but on the other tracks, I don't know. 1 minute for the track to cool down? I guess so, something like that. I don't know. It was a bit of a weird addition, that. I don't quite know why they did that. I'm not catching these top two at all right now. We're 16 laps in, their tires should be cooked, and I'm not even catching them. They're still pulling away. And I'm getting snaps like that on the hard tires.
The gap to the car ahead is increasing by a few tenths per lap. Get your head down.
Yep, Hamilton's gaining. Had to add that minute to short quality as well, otherwise Tom would crash out harder at Austria. Valid crash out from Galactic Legend 5. Hypothetical season, Hadjar P1, Lindblad P3, Lawson P3. No, sorry. Lindblad P2, Lawson P3, and Verstappen P10. Yep, there's a reason why that's hypothetical. And it would definitely stay that way. Yeah, Hamilton is getting quite a bit on me right now. I'm just not able to put some time down at the minute. We've got another 5 laps until we can pit. At the moment, that'll be for a new hard tyre. I don't know if that'll be worth it, really, but that's the current plan. I am struggling quite a bit on the rear tyres at the moment. At the final corner we go. 21.2. Did you see KSI bought Dagenham and Redbridge? I did. I did see that. Most random collaboration of the year, but here we are. Dank, I think everyone's Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in as well. Norris is actually in DRS range of Leclerc right now. Dude, Norris is rapid at the moment. He's absolutely flying. We've almost got a 4-second gap now to Hadja. Got some gaps starting to form a little bit now. We're working hard to try and keep this podium, but Hamilton is also trying to bring that time down too, so it makes it very tricky. Gotta make sure we keep after looking after that battery as well. Doing a good job so far on it. The final corner we go. What's the wear saying? Wear right now is at 30% that rear left. The rear left is the only troublesome tire, really. Everything else ain't too bad. Oh, Leclerc and Norris fought a little bit through turn 1, I think.
The Ferrari drivers just completed a pass for the lead of the race.
Come on. Oh, God. Nearly got on the grass a little bit there as well. I think our original plan was to put on around 25. So we're only 6 laps away from that, but Mark wants me to go on 22, so that's only a few laps away. We could probably get 25 okay. It's just not the most pretty right now. 30 laps equals 50%, yeah. I think around 25 is probably ideal, right? We have broken away from Hamilton a little bit further here as well. Our pace has got a bit better. I am pushing a little bit more as well. I think Norris and Leclerc are fighting again at turn 1. Their fight allows us to get a little bit closer, but not by a huge amount. Did I say grass? Yep. My favorite thing in the entire game. Nice, green, fresh grass. 25 laps on 2 hards means 20 laps on mediums. My thinking also is that the second hard tire wouldn't wear as much the first one, with it being a slightly lighter car and stuff like that. So I was thinking we could maybe do a little bit of a longer stint on the second hard tire, and that'll make it a bit easier when we go into the mediums. Hamilton's caught a lot this time around, isn't it? I might actually bump the front brake bias up a touch, just to get a bit more stability. Could do 24, 26, 20. I do worry that 20 on mediums might be quite a bit, though. I know for the AI it's perfectly fine to do 20, but for us, I think it'll be less so. Oops. Lowered the wrong thing there. Norris and Leclerc are still battling up there, man.
The McLaren drivers just moved into first place.
Norris does take the lead now, though. We've also got to be careful with where we pit here as well. We've still got a good bit of traffic kind of behind us at the moment. So we do got to monitor that too. $22 seconds to the first pass. That's about... I think a pit stop time loss is around 18 to 20 here, right? That might work out, to be fair. But again, we've got to be careful of all the other cars in front.
Okay, gap ahead.
They're doing happy doing 30 on hards in the second stint. They might be pushing it a little bit, I think. There's no way of clearing that big pack. No, definitely not. But again, I think some of them might pit by the time he gets them anyway, so...
This lap.
Well, this is the lap that Mark wants me to pit on. But I say we go a little bit further for now. 35 on that rear left.
The car behind's gaining
How many laps do you want to do on the
by 5
mediums?
tenths a lap.
Not 20. Maybe 15 or 16. I'm just worried the medium tires are going to drop off quite quickly for me. And like I say, I know they're going to be good for the AI, but I don't think they're going to be quite as strong for me. $25, $27, $18.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
That could work, I think. I think 25, 27, 18 could work. Maybe even doing 24, 28, 18. I don't know how much we got DRS there today. He might have. He got a little bit closer down now at the final corner, so... He's within that 1 second. He might have got DRS that lap. I can feel the back end sound like crazy. Leclerc is dropping off quite a bit right now. He's lost a good bit of time to Norris. Maybe his medium is cooked. Keep an eye on that gap there.
And gap to the car in front, 3.9 seconds.
Pit outs between 24, 25, and 52. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's fine. How's our teammate getting on as well? Teammate status.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate
Oh,
by
boy.
29.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're in 13th place. Tyre
13th,
last
okay, he's
lap,
made up a few places.
21.8.
He's made up a few positions, not many, but P13 now for our teammate. Okay, Lando Norris is in. Lando Norris is just boxed. Let's see where he comes out. That could be critical. Leclerc's in as well. And imagine Hadj will be in too. Yes, he is. Keep an eye on that. I think they're in traffic, aren't they? Yeah, they got a bit of traffic. Norris come out right behind one of the Williams. So we definitely want to try and stay out a little bit longer then, don't we? How much it is all over my rear wing now. It's crazy how much the rear end is sliding, though. Really struggling to keep it down. I mean, Norris will probably clear that Williams quite quickly anyway. Down towards turn one and mostly get past him. Lewis Hamilton's just boxed. Lewis Hamilton is in. Oh, we might want to cover that off, chat. Verstappen and Piastri both in as well. Okay, we definitely got a pit. All the hard tyres are pitting. We got a box here, I think.
Gap to your teammate behind.
Got to cover that off.
0.1 seconds.
Yeah, we have no choice. We got to. Come on. Bro is still alive. We are indeed.
Into the pits. Nico in the pits.
We usually stream for around 4 hours or so. I find the AI really good in Hungary. They are very good here. They are very, very good. What's Russell doing? Driving behind.
Okay, Russell's behind you now. And the time last lap, 1 minute 22.0. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 24.
Look at where Hamilton is, by the way. Loads of clear air. Do you guys reckon hards again, yeah? 100%? Y'all reckon hards again? Come on. How many stops for Russell? I think he said 1, didn't he? Which is going to be pretty brutal. Hards, yeah, okay. We've got to be a little bit careful with Hamilton here. He might get by us. Let's see. He's going around the final corner. On go the hard sides for ourselves. This will be close up pit exit. Look at the track map. Here goes Lewis Hamilton. I think he's got us. He does. Lewis Hamilton into P4. He does get the undercut on us. That's annoying we let that happen, to be honest. That's a problem. I should catch us on another medium tire, by the way. What is bro cooking over there? What on earth is Hadjar cooking? Yeah, it is a little grey out here, but no radius forecast, so should be a dry one. Oh, I can feel so much grip already. Even though the tires are a little bit colder, I can feel the grip. The difference between this and the last tire we used was outstanding. Weather report.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
As expected.
Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
As predicted. To be fair, we are getting a little bit on Hamilton here. 1.4 the gap as we head through that final corner. Purple final centre there as well. So these hard tyres are doing a pretty solid job so far, but still early doors, obviously. Still very early doors. Gotta keep an eye on that gap to Hadjar as well, because he will definitely find some time on us here.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.7 seconds.
Hamilton's put away a little bit in the first sector so far. God, it's so nice to use a tyre that has grip. So nice. That medium tyre feeling is going to be crazy. Until they die. Has Russell not boxed yet? I believe he's doing a one-stop. And that's what Mark said. So he's going to pit soon. Hopefully we pass him before he pits, though. I'm not exactly sure why he's doing that, but, you know, here we are. Double green there, 19.5. Got to use Russell to get Hamilton. Yeah. Russell's going to hold him up here, so we've got to get close, haven't we? We should do it. Already gained a second so far on the on this lap. Go on, Russell, hold him up. Hold him up. This will feel like a very personal battle right now between these two, won't it? Have to send out turn one. I'll try. Got to get close as possible, though. Here we go. Here we go. Watch that Ferrari rear wing, chat. Whoop.
Lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up.
Send it on Russell. Lovely. What a send. Got that stop beautifully there as well. And let's try and stop at Lewis now. Looks like it's going to rain. It is very grey, but we should be all right.
Okay, mate. Russell behind. We want to keep them behind, please. It's super critical for our strategy.
I can't with the wing. It's great. What do you mean? .180 rear wing. Dual flip. It is indeed hangman, yep. It is indeed. Front two on mediums again? Yeah, they are. That's interesting. I mean, to be fair, Norris was doing very good on his medium tyres, so...
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 35.0 seconds.
Oh, Hamilton with a little slide out turn two. It's so fun to watch the rear wing. Do I prefer career mode on my team? I don't really have a preference, really. I think, if anything, like, I prefer the content side on my team. But the one annoying thing on my team is, like, how terrible the my team car actually is. And how bad its straight line speed constantly is as well. A dry Hungarian ring. I've had to endure 70 laps of wet Hungary. That sounds horrendous. That sounds like the worst thing imaginable. You can barely overtake in the dry as it is. In the wet, even worse. I just joined to that laugh related to the rear wing. Yup. Innovation. We love our innovation here. Yeah, when it goes into like a vertical pane, it kind of becomes like, I should say, a bit of a parachute. But it's only for like a split second. It probably only drops the speed by at most 10 kilometers per hour. At very most. But they'll probably gain that back quite easily and quickly. And they also get more performance in the braking zone because of it as well. So I'm honestly not too sure if we'll really see much of it for the rest of the season. But it was definitely an idea. Maybe they'll try it out again at some point in practice something. It is really grey out here, isn't it? Really, really overcast. Weather report.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Vegas at Monza, that'd be huge, though. It would. It would indeed. No, don't lose Lewis. I'm trying to read Noob's message, but I can't lose Lewis right now. Because the new season, new cars, I want to see a full weekend, but it's early hours. It is. Maybe we've got to take a quick vacation to Australia or something so we can watch it in normal hours there. I probably will only watch quali and the race, though, to be honest. And then just watch the highlights of practice or something. Oh, good block, Mogan. I'm waffling focus on the race. Okay, copy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if many other teams will copy it, but it was definitely a good idea from Fright to give it a go. Oh, we got yellow flags in the second to last corner. Looks like an Alpine or something has gone around, but they are back on the way again, so any possibility of a safety car for that has disappeared. Yeah, I did see that, Hangman. I did see that. And I think that's just the start, really, in my opinion. I think within the next week or two, we'll probably get an announcement that Bahrain is cancelled and most likely Saudi as well. Actually, I don't know if they're going to cancel it, but maybe they'll postpone it. But the problem is it's very difficult to bring Bahrain and Saudi back onto the calendar at some point, because if they do, they're going to be really careful where they put it. So there is a possibility that it gets cancelled and then we bring in replacement Grand Prix like Portimao and Imola instead. Which would be a little bit of a shame, though, because I actually quite like the Bahrain and Saudi Grand Prix. They're usually pretty good to watch, but alas, not always possible. At the back of the calendar, surely it's the case. But that's the issue, though. Like, the back of the calendar is the only place they can put it without the drivers dying, basically. And the issue is with that as well, is that the back end of the calendar is so packed. Like, there's not really a lot of room to fit any Grand Prix in the back end of the calendar. We have a couple of triple headers down there, so... Isn't there a couple of off weeks? Yeah, but they're in between triple headers, like I say. Or double headers. And again, you've got to think about it logistically as well, right? The last thing you want to do is go from Vegas to... or go to, like, Kota, for example, back to Europe for Imola, and then straight back to Vegas, something like that, you know? I know that's not the actual, like, way the calendar is, but as an example. I'm still clicking on DRS right now, but I'm not really getting anything. Is practice on tomorrow? No. Practice will be on Thursday night for us. Or very early Friday morning. Do I have to take this one break out? I don't know if they'll allow that, though. I think the teams might reject it, because obviously that's when the factories are shut down. So unless they all agree to remove the factory shutdown, then I very much doubt they'll do it. And again, that'd be agreed on by the teams as well.
Okay, no issue.
King Dina on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in. I don't remember the calendar off by half. Maybe there is a week they might have to fit something in, but yeah. Only one reasonable solution, bell up Hockenheim, let's get it done. I'd be more than okay with Hockenheim coming in. I would love Hockenheim on the calendar. Have I ever watched an F1 GP? What's that? Never heard of it. I only know Drive to Survive. Oh, it's definitely not going to top anytime soon, no. It's going to be an ongoing issue for a while. I'm genuinely just stuck behind Lewis right now. But to be fair, he has helped me with the pace a little bit, so... I can't complain too much. But up, boss. How's it going, mate? How's it going, mate? Hear me out. The moment I say noob, say hear me out, the last thing I'm going to do is hear him out. I'm going to do the total opposite of hearing him out. Did Hamilton start mediums?
Really good. You hit that target nicely. One way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
No, I think it was on hards, I think. If I remember correctly, I think Lewis was on the hard tires. Why did Hockenheim go off the calendar? Because they didn't generate enough money. Sing, thank you for Twitch, mate. Appreciate you, dudes. Welcome in as well. Hockenheim did not generate enough money for F1, so F1 said, no thank you, goodbye. Which is the exact same thing that's happening to Belgium right now. Belgium isn't generating enough revenue, so F1 are trying to phase it out. This is Lewis's paycheck for your shit ranking in the tier list. Yeah, it might be, to be fair. He's slapping reality back into me. Wait, Speedy, are you still here? What do you think about me putting Hamilton 6th in my World Drivers' Championship prediction? Do you hate my guts or you see the vision? Do I rate Ferrari? Yes. Well, depends how you mean that. I think Ferrari will have the second strongest car this year. Then you're a knob. I think the title fight this year is between Russell and Leclerc. That's my prediction. I think Russell's going to get the title this year because I think Mercedes have the strongest car. But I think Leclerc's going to give him the fight. I just don't think Hamilton's got that dog in him anymore. He's not the driver he used to be. Granted, yeah, he didn't get along the ground effect era, but I still think it's going to be a struggle. No, Hamilton needs on his comeback. Oh, I heard that shit last year, though. Genuinely, this exact time last year when I was doing my predictions for 2025, I was saying Hamilton will struggle, and the amount of backlash I got for saying that was outrageous. Everyone was saying Hamilton would get his 8th last year, and look what happened. He had arguably one of his worst ever seasons. Oh, goddamn. Adame doesn't exist anymore. That is a fair point. Yeah, you've got a strong case there. I'll allow that. Not arguably it was his worst by far. Yeah, well. That was more just, you know, just putting down my my intent of what I meant. Tell you what, we're actually quite close to Hamilton this time around, aren't we? We go for a move here, maybe? Out the final corner we go. Come on. Nah, I'm too far back. Oh, I thought about it, but I didn't want to slam into a side pod and get ourselves damaged or anything. I also just think that if Ferrari have a chance of winning a World Drivers' Championship, I can't help but feel they would try and prioritize Leclerc. Alex Gillen sends that? Yeah, and that's why he gets so much shit. Do I look bold to you, Speedy? as soon as Hamilton starts complaining, it's going to be GG's. Honestly, that first weekend of the season where Hamilton comes onto the radio and starts, like, crashing out, there are many people I'm going to add in my Discord. Many, many people. Hey, want sim damage? Yeah. We picked up some floor damage in Belgium. It didn't actually affect the car too much, to be fair, but... yeah, the last thing we wanted to get any damage like that. Oh, come on. Surely you don't bring in a 40-plus-year-old not to win? Lewis Hamilton is the biggest name ever in Formula One. The entire move was a massive PR stunt, as well as, you know, trying to get him back onto championship grounds, which I don't think is going to happen. But honestly, all the money they're spending on Lewis Hamilton, they probably earn back very quickly anyway. From sponsorship, from merch sales, from, you know, all sorts of ticket sales as well that they have access to. Like, the biggest team in F1 has probably had, well, has had the biggest driver in F1 history, so it was huge for Ferrari in terms of their reputation and finances. Like, yeah, it's not a lot of money, but like I say, they probably have got that money back relatively quickly. HP ink cartridges too, those things sell for an arm and a leg. Yeah, well, they spent all of their marketing money on getting their logo plus all over Ferrari. Of course they charge an arm and a leg. They got to get that money back now. And to be honest, the only reason Ferrari really picked up Hamilton as well, I mean, there's obviously the question of whether he was actually an upgrade on Carlos Sainz or not, but yes, he was like a big PR move and stuff like that, but Hamilton didn't really have many places to go. They were willing to pay him so much money as well. Mercedes were pushing him out. They offered him a pretty terrible deal as well. Hamilton wanted some things that they refused to give him, whereas Ferrari offered that to Lewis. So, you know, for Lewis, it was a very straightforward yes, really, to jump to Ferrari. He was being phased out by Mercedes. And Ferrari jumped the bullet, bit the bullet, and took him, so. Apparently FIA cancelled Qatar opening round in WEC, yeah. Well, they haven't cancelled it, but they postponed it, yeah. And it will not be the last you see of something like that in the near future, I don't think. There'll be plenty more of that sort of thing to come in the coming weeks. Whoa. Hey, nice drift, Lewis. Oh, hello. You gave me dirty, yeah, though. I looked for the VOD and you think Russell's going to win the WDC? I do. I do indeed. I was in Primark today and they have Alpine merch in. I heard about that, yeah. Apparently, apparently it's not great merch from what I saw, but yeah, Primark apparently have Alpine stuff in there. Which, I guess sums up Alpine. Why is Lando so much faster than Charles? It's got those water-cooled tires, isn't it? They brought that into 2026 car as well. Wait, chat, when are we pitching again for the medium tire? We said we were doing 18 on mediums, right? Okay, 52, cool. 9 more laps. These tires aren't feeling great again right now, but, you know, here we are. Ferrari made 6 to 10 billion when they signed him. 6 to 10 billion?
Back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
Surely not billion. I'd say for the championship will be there. Well, I do think Mercedes are going to have the strongest car this year, which is why I think... Oh, hello. I was just about to say...
Got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
I was just about to say that Russell will win the World Championship this year because he has the strongest car, and then immediately DNFs from mechanical failure in this race. Wonder if that's a sign of things to come. Yeah, I think Russell this year will be the WDC, mainly because I think Mercedes are going to have the upper hand on performance this year. Thoughts on Williams? I think I put Sainz P8 in the championship and Albon P10, I think. I unfortunately feel like Williams aren't going to improve on last year at the moment. They can be one of the dark horses, but the way it started off so far is not a great sign. So they'll probably be okay, but I don't think they'll be amazing.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on medium.
Oh, the stock value. Right, got you. My bad. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't mess around with stocks all that much, but it does kind of add up. Ooh, Christ. That was a bit close for comfort. Every other team is going to be better than Aston Martin. Yeah. As an Aston Martin fan, the first half of the season is not going to be fun. I still do think that they can, like, recover something out of the season. Whether it be just, like, the occasional top 10 or something, but... yeah, for sure the first half of the season is going to be horrendous. I'd love a Russell WDC. I think this is the year. I really do think this is Russell's year. I mean, the problem is right now, I said this earlier on the stream as well. The problem is right now is it's so difficult to really say who has the fastest car. Because we haven't really seen all the cars their fastest pace right now. You know? Once Australia's done, we'll have a better idea of where the car order is. But at the moment, the only thing we know from testing is who has the more reliable cars. And I can definitely tell you who has the least reliable. What's more copium? Aston Martin to come back or Ferrari for a championship? Aston to come back, I'd say. Because I actually feel like Ferrari have a decent car this year. Okay, I'm struggling a lot on these tires. I'm barely keeping on the track right now. Currently all over the shop. They're hoping for a repeat of when Honda joined Red Bull. Yeah, I think, from what I read, apparently Honda really struggled with the adaptation of no MGU-H this year. That was one of their biggest troubles, is they couldn't adapt the car, or the engine, sorry, or the battery, whatever. They couldn't adapt it very well with the lack of the MGU-H, which was a big part of why Honda was so good in the MGU-H era. But now that that's gone and they've lost their big part of the battery, which was their focal point, they've really struggled with everything else. So that's what I read. I don't know how true it is, but it makes sense. Charles Leclerc was just pit as well, by the way.
Okay, mate. Hamilton's ahead of you.
Lando Norris is pit as well. He's 4 seconds behind us.
Let's try and get past.
Both of them on hard tires. Oh, I have lost audio. That's not good, is it? Hold up, chat. My headphones have died. Half of a season of Alonso screaming about how shit the car is. Yeah. Can my headphones turn on, please? There we go. Yeah, we will hear plenty of GP2 engine. There could be some very iconic team radios from Alonso this year. Persia WC livery is epic. I love it, but I'm not gonna lie. I think I preferred the lime yellow, green, whatever you want to call it, over the reds, personally. But it is sweet. I do like the livery. Yeah, I'm struggling big time with grip right now. How much it's starting to peel away a little bit. Oh, we have a cockpit view.
He's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres.
Just want to exit that on the back markers. Come on.
The car ahead starting to create a gap.
If you had the opportunity to drive one current real life F1 track, which one would it be? Easy, Spa-Francorchamps. Oh, bro, Lando Norris is so fast behind me right now. That fresh hard tire is doing him a world of good at the moment. I love Belgium, dude. For me, by far and away, the best F1 track on the calendar ever. And the fact it's being phased out hurts. Hurts a lot. Well, here goes Lando Norris.
Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target.
Have I visited Spa? I've not, no. I need to, though. I really need to. I think that might be something I'll do next year. Yeah, I see Lewis's pit. He's gone from medium tire as we expected. We're going to hold out a little bit longer, though. We're going to go on lap 52, so he will get a bit of a gap here, but hopefully we'll get the tire offset and maybe have a slight advantage towards the end. He's got a bit clear air, though, ahead of him. How do you get the middle piece removed from the inside of the car? It's in your camera customization settings. Look for the halo column, turn it off. Where's Mulvey when you need him, right? We all need a Mulvey sometimes.
Nico's coming in for his stop now.
Come on. Sound him. To bring out the intentional safety car, right? Come on. A block, Mogan? Oh, I don't like this. The back markers are slightly faster than me right now. Oh, bruh. Bruh. Chat, these back markers are a big problem. I'm going to lose a lot of time from fighting here. I could let him go, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull away. For some reason, chat was showing a copy view. There was for the previous lap, but not for this one. Lost over 2 seconds so far. Yeah. Oh, got him sliding again. Well, Bottas will get by here. Let's see if he runs away. Oh, he's just backed out. The moment he tried to overtake me, he backed out. Oh, bro, this is ridiculous. I'm being screwed over by back markers right now. 17.6 Lewis Hamilton. He was 3 seconds faster.
The car behind, 2 seconds.
I fear I might be cooked. Do I just box here, chat? I think I might have to box here. These back markers are causing me a big issue right now. I might just have to take the L and box it. This is frustrating, man. We've lost so much time because of it. You got that second driver instinct and then backed out, right? I'm scared we might come up behind Hadjar here. I think we might. All right, here we go. Medium tires are equipped. Here we go. We'll get rid of the back markers, thankfully, but I think we might lose a good bit of track position now, too. Let's see. Hadjar's going round at the second to last corner now. This might be tight. He's entering the final corner. Come on, go, 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 go. 2.3, nice stop.
Okay, let's go now.
Come on, come on, come on. No.
We were expecting. That was our last stop.
No.
Let's go.
That is very much the last thing we needed there. Oh, we're behind both the Red Bulls. Shit. That's not even Hadjar in front of us. Oh, God. Oh, chat, we might be in big trouble. We might well be in big, big trouble here. Is anyone stopping again? I don't think so. Actually, where's George Russell? Where's George? Oh, yeah, he DNF, didn't he? Never mind. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. He's gone to get an early bath. Well, we need quality laps to the end here, chat. We're in big trouble.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
We need quality laps all the way to the end. Let's give it everything. Come on.
Okay, no issue.
Barely getting anything on Hadjar right now.
Keep taking care of them.
Getting in the corners. And imagine the final set will probably get a lot of time on him as well. Double green sectors. Yeah. Final set will get a lot of time. .17.4, new fastest lap there as well.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Don't take too much out of the tyres. I don't have a lot of option, really.
Gap to your teammate behind.
I've got so much time I need to find.
4 seconds.
Blue flags on Lawson, please. Blue flags, please, Liam. Blue flags. Thank you. Come on. 17.6. Couple tenths on the previous lap, but we're still getting plenty on Hadjar. Game Crash would go hard right now. Why would you speak that into existence? Why? Why did you redeem it? I should say, why didn't you redeem it? $2.9 to Hadja. Here we go. We should get some time through this section here. How was that? 17.8 as a lap time there. We get a few more tenths. I think Verstappen is actually within DRS range now, so we'll see if Verstappen makes a move. Hamilton has gained a lot on his teammate here. Look at the track map. Hamilton's right behind Charles Leclerc here. We've got 14 laps to go. So this should be a mute noob redeem. I agree.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.4 seconds.
I agree. Hadjar is holding up Verstappen a little bit here. That's quite useful. Just allows us to get a little bit closer. Any team orders at Red Bull? Better not be.
Starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres.
W, no team orders.
Another pit stop.
Very unlike Red Bull there, though. Loki kind of embarrassing there, noob. For me or him? Take your pick. Come on, we're getting closer. $1.2. Don't tell me you got DRS on max, please. Do not tell me you got DRS on max. Oh, I think he did. I think, though... I don't know, actually. I was going to say I think we can get close enough to get DRS next lap, but the way he pulled away down toward turn 1 there was a little concerning. Jesus Christ, bro. How am I struggling for grip already, man? How are the tires this bad? Oh, Jesus. Only 12 laps to go. Yeah, the tires are this bad. It's not a good look, is it? I think Hadjar's finally lost DRS at least now, though. 18.5, that was a stinky lap. Come on. Give me something here, please. I feel like we've barely been able to get the best out of any tire today. Just had like the rear temperatures just getting way too hot and I just can't control them. Should have used full wets, maybe. Maybe. Full wet supremacy. Did you guys hear that apparently the Pirelli are going to be removing the wet tire in the future and making a super intermediate instead? Y'all hear about that? 18.3 that time. Is that not just the same thing as the wet tire? They basically, the idea is to try and make an intermediate tire, but for slightly worse conditions where it's like borderline wet tire, but not quite wet. If that makes sense. A name change just so it sounds good. To me, that's exactly what it sounds like. To me, it just sounds like they have the wet tire and they're just going to rename it. Super intermediate wet for sure. Exactly. I mean, the wet tire is a completely useless tire, so I can understand why they want to rework it. But everything they worded it as just made it sound like it was the wet tire. Like, hello? I cannot get in that 1 second of agile right now. Thought they already moved the wet tire in 2025. Now we saw it once in Vegas. That was it. That was its yearly use. Who's this behind me? Oh, right, Lance. Of course, Charlie's a back marker. Yep. At least it's actually in the race, though, unlike they would be in real life. Whoa!
Concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
I had an itch. Relax, man. God damn. How about stop making the intermediate good for such a wide range that wets actually have a good reason to exist? That's what I'm saying. It just feels like the wet tire is just like... And the other issue is as well, is any time that it is wet enough for it to be good enough for wet tires, they red flag it anyway. So like, what's even the point? What is even the point anyway? So I can understand them doing a bit of a rework, but yeah, it was the way they worded it just sounded like they were just reword it, like renaming the wet tire. What up, Johnny? How's it going, mate? Oh, crikey. Is there any goodies with the F1 25 Season 6 DLC news? Nothing yet. Apparently there's a load of like new emotes and stuff like that you can get, but no news on the DLC, unfortunately. Yeah, we are not getting anything on Hadjar anymore. I fear this race might be over, chat.
Okay, gap to the car ahead.
Dude, why is my leg so itchy right now? God damn, it's so annoying. No, everyone has stopped now. No one needs to box again. And these medium tires have not really offered anything to us. So we've kind of just been stuck here. Not able to catch up to Hadjar. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. A safety car would be interesting. The problem is we've got a safety car. We have no fresh tires remaining. We've used up all our tires, so... We could always buy an old fresh soft, I guess. Well, not an old fresh one, but an old one. That'd be a bit of an oxymoron, that. There was chaos in 2018 with the super softs and stuff. Yeah, I do remember. I think it was also just like really confusing. So the way they basically got around that was by they still technically have the super softs. They just renamed it all to be C1 to C5 instead, or now C1 to C6. So the freshest, like the softest tire we have, did used to be the super soft, but now it's just called the C6 instead. There's Valtteri Bottas, who was causing us a problem earlier. As a back marker. He better not do it again. Did I get DRS at least? No, of course not. Is Castro and Audi sponsor IRL? I'm actually not too sure. I think BP is their fuel sponsor. But I don't know if Castrol are actually partnered with Audi or not. Or if it's just part of the livery mod. I think Castrol do, like, motor oil and stuff, don't they? So maybe they are. Now you move out of the way. Castrol GTX for my youth. I mean, Castrol have always had very iconic liveries as well, haven't they? I remember the Castrol rally cars and stuff like that, and their old Class C's and stuff in Le Mans and things. They used to be Castrol liveried as well. It is a very iconic color scheme. The grass. Simple into that lately. Yeah, I'm not catching this top 5 whatsoever, am I? I think, unfortunately, chat, we may have to sell for a P6 here. This final stint has been super underwhelming. This medium tire has not had the pace we hoped. So, unfortunately, we may have to just accept our P6 here, which is a bit of a shame. We qualified in P4. We were in the podium spots for a while as well, but it's just fell away this race. I unfortunately feel like the tyre wear has been more ruthless for us than it has the cars in front. So, unfortunately, this will be a bit of a pill to swallow, this one, but we are going to lose out in the championship to Verstappen and Lando Norris, who is leading right now as well. So I think Norris will actually go back into second place in the Drivers' Championship. Which is, like I say, difficult to accept, but that's where we are. AI doing AI things? Yeah, tell me about it. What's our timer right now? 30%. Yeah, these tires are done. I think we'll just bring it home from here. I don't think there's much point pushing much more. I can't extract anything more out of the car, so I think we'll just bring it in now. Accept our fate from this point onwards, really. Bottas still lingering on our rear wing here. I think if Bottas wants to unlap himself, he can from this point. We've still got 8.5 to Piastri behind, so we don't have to push it too much, but this is probably realistically where the performance is on the chart. To be fair, probably still better than the performance, I'd say. I think we're the 5th best team on the R&D right now, so still even being P6 is quite good against the R&D. If you take in the perspective of an R&D result, it's a good result. If you take it in the perspective of a championship result, it's a poor result. There are many ways to kind of look at it, really, isn't there? Bottas isn't pressuring too much, so... They have the Castrol sponsor, but it's not in their normal colors. That's an outrage. That is an absolute outrage. Oh, come on, man. As a non-believing gamer, it's not a bad result. Yep, there you go. There's another perspective right there. Yeah, it very much was just a tire wear today, just not sitting right with us. We really struggled on tire wear. Is Bottas going to try and get past me here? Let's see.
Okay, gap to the car in front.
Come on, Valtteri, go.
0 seconds.
Oh, the moment he overtakes me, he gets an immediate blue flag. Come on, man. As a board person at work, this is a good result. Yeah, your opinion is definitely not being swayed by the number 2 next to your name. Definitely. Piastri is low-key getting a lot right now, but I don't think he's going to gain 7 seconds in 2 laps, really. We should be able to do enough, I think. Yo, I just don't have any grip at the moment. This is ridiculous. I do not remember having this issue during the Creator Series. I'm trying to be supportive. Yeah, whatever you say. Whatever you say. I just literally have no rear grip whatsoever. Anytime I try and turn the car, the back end is just sliding around like crazy. The tire wear has absolutely ruined this race for us. This is a mission to keep it on the track right now. 36% that rear left as well. You don't deserve rear grip? Thanks, man. More of a front grip guy anyway, so... What's the best place to get race setups? Are you willing to pay, or are you looking for free ones? For free? Sim Racing subs do have like a free area on their website where there's like loads of community setups and stuff that get uploaded. Might be worth having a look through them. Alternatively, you could just use the time trial setups and adapt them to how you like it. I know some people do that. SRS has subs from last summer. Yeah, like I said, there are community ones as well that get uploaded, so people will make their own setups and then choose to upload it to the community for free. They're not going to be amazing setups, obviously, but it'll give you a good starting point at least. The immediate thing you should check on, like, those free setups is make sure that all the suspension geometry is over to the left Make sure the brake pressure's at 100. And, yeah, everything else you can work on yourself. Here we go, chat. Final lap. Pretty much final half a lap at this point, really, though. Piastri's gained quite a bit of time, but, yeah, he's not going to gain 5 seconds with the amount of time remaining in this race. Looks like Lando Norris, then, is going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix, just like he did in real life as well. And that does also mean Norris will go back into P2 in the Drivers' Championship. He might actually lead the championship as well, actually. I can't remember what the points gap was between him and Verstappen, but maybe it'll be close, though. But either way, Verstappen does finish P4. We will cross the line in a pretty measly P6. It was not the best result, but the tyre wear really, really hurt us that race. We just had no grip at all. And, yeah, after starting P4, you never want to go downwards. And unfortunately, that's what we had to do. And P6 is where we finish for the day. GG. Ah, man. Doesn't matter what the car settings are for. I'm doing an Aston Martin career mode. There'll probably be more like general setups, but you might be able to adapt it a little bit to the car you're using. Most of the time it's fine, but you know, do a little bit of practice with it in your Aston Martin car, and then you can see if it's a little bit oversteery or understeery or what, and make some adjustments off that. So, oh, that was a difficult race, chat. Very, very difficult race.
Now it's time for some proper celebrations.
Started the Behrman career, and I tell you what, genuinely seemed to have no pace against the AI, my usual 105, 106. Down at least a second all my times, even compared to my custom driver Haas career. Yeah, it's a big reality check, isn't it, for you? It can't be just the car, because every track I've done now, I have no pace anymore. It probably is just the car. To be honest, it probably is. I mean, the Haas is the, what, second or third worst car on the grids? I mean, how are you doing against your teammate? That'd be the best way to judge it. Are you doing good against your teammate? Are you doing worse against your teammate? If you're struggling against your teammate, then maybe you need to lower the AI a little bit. But if you're beating your teammate, you're probably fine where you are, to be honest. So that's the best way to compare it.
Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Oh, man, I can't believe we finished nearly 30 seconds down on Lando Norris in that race. That's a very brutal result, man. He started in P6 and won the race. Hamilton, on that medium tire at the end, did manage to get into P2. So if we actually, you know, had some good grip on the tires at the end, you know, we were following Lewis Hamilton the entirety of that second stint. So if we had some, you know, good tires at the end and the tires didn't degrade as much as they did, we would have been able to get that podium, definitely. But instead, we finished 17 seconds away from Hamilton in P2, which is quite brutal. Charles Leclerc finishes P3, Verstappen P4, Hadjar P5, ourselves P6, of course, Piastri, Sainz, Alonso, and Alex Albon, all in that top 10 as well. Our teammate Nico Hulkenberg finished P14 at the end of that Grand Prix too. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship then. So, as expected, we are down to P3 in the Drivers' Championship then after that result in Hungary. You can't expect every race to go your way, and that one very much didn't. We are now 15 behind Verstappen and 12 behind Lando Norris, but 15 amongst the top three is still quite close. You know, all it takes is us getting a P3 and Verstappen getting outside the top 10, and suddenly we're neck and neck with him again. So things can change very quickly in Formula One, and fingers crossed in Zandvoort, that might well just happen. But yeah, P3 is where we sit right now in the Drivers' Championship, and then Constructors' Championship, excuse me. Constructors' Championship-wise, McLaren lead the way right now by 25 points to Red Bull, Ferrari in third on a 291, and then we're still in P4 on 226. I would expect the Constructors' Championship to stay roughly like that, but yeah, this Drivers' Championship is very interesting. It's very back and forth right now, isn't it? Between ourselves, Lando, and Verstappen, but yeah, that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And yeah, a little bit of a disappointing result, despite getting the fastest lap as well. We got the fastest lap, but unfortunately couldn't get the win or the podium at least to go with it. So on to the next. On to the next.